My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although, it's not important. Welcome to Purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself, especially the part about the coin.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big, terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times, I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
Actually, I don't care. God save. How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. Tell me about Antonius.
Oh, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with, of course, the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul, he's easy to talk to, and you can always rely on him.
That's all. Thanks. Who would you elect, Abbot, if you could?
Most likely Nevlas. He's a fine fellow and he seems honest. But, truth be told, it doesn't matter much to me. A monastery will still be a monastery, no matter who's in charge. If you really want to talk more about it, ask Antonius. He seems to have taken an interest.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother. The forbidden books must be in that cabinet. I'm Gregor, and I'm...
I know. I saw you in the church during the ceremony. I have a feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm a Cicada.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything is the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
I saw you drinking and playing dice in the cellars at night.
So, your eyes are working. Would you like to join us next time?
Come to think of it, why not?
Wonderful. Our little trinity was incomplete. Come after dark. You know where to look.
What's going on there?
I'd like to ask...
What's going on there?
What's that?
Peace be with you, brother.
I'm a new brother, a novice, Gregor. I don't know my way around here yet. You're in charge of the whole monastery, aren't you?
Welcome amongst us. Yes. The Lord wanted me to take over the abbot's duties in his absence, but mainly I'm a servant of God, just like you and all the other brethren. Before God, there's no difference between us. How do you like it here?
It's wonderful here.
I'm glad to hear it. May your enthusiasm last.
Will you tell me something about how the abbot is elected?
Of course. Abbot Peter is old, and we're afraid he'll soon be with our Heavenly Father. When he's gone, someone else will have to lead the monastery. All the elder brothers will assemble to choose who that is.
Anyone can become the abbot.
Precisely. We have two candidates, Nevlas and John. As the spiritual shepherd of all of the brothers here, I'm not allowed to publicly express a preference for either. And as a novice, you shouldn't be involved in the election. I know that some brothers have already begun scheming, but don't even think about getting mixed up in it. With the blessing of the Holy Spirit, all will end up as it should be.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Can you leave the monastery?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can...
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lock picks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Well, why not? So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it.
Agree?
A nice sum. All right.
I found a few.
Wonderful.
To that end, we think that the time for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves. What's going on there? Disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work. Idleness is the enemy of the soul. Therefore, brethren, should be occupied at certain times in manual labor, and again at fixed hours in sacred reading. To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour, having left the table, let them rest on their beds
I'd like to ask.
None be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work must be done until the vespers. Weak or sickly brethren, assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. Their weakness must be taken into consideration. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on humility. The first degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the flames of hell, the glory of life, as soon as anything has been ordered by the superior, is dismissed and binding cannot suffer any excuse. But this very obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only in what is delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily simply in his heart. And far from gaining upon such worth as this.
Brother? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? I'll pretend nothing happened, but this is the last time, brother.
Salve Domine.
Amor promissionibus Christi.
Brother, where were you when the bell rang? Are you deaf? You failed to complete your trial period as a novice. You are hereby banished from the order of Saint Benedict. Be gone at once.
Every single one of us must be searched. I'm certain that if the murderer's here, we'll find him.
What's that you're
Now let
carrying
us all
around?
get to our
And
work
why?
and pray for the soul of our departed brother.
What is it, brother?
I'm looking.
And
I'm looking for
luck? So yeah, I'll trade.
I'm Gregor, and I'm...
I know. I saw you in the church.
What does that mean?
I make sure...
when it's not...
Then we're authorized to meet out punishment.
I saw.
So...
I...
Wonderful. And what is it?
I saw.
So...
I'm inclined to...
Who do you think you are, laddie? I've been in this monastery for 10 years, and I won't have some young brat ruining my fun. Who do you think the...
I'll go and see him anyway. This is no way for a monk to behave.
My boy, do that and your life will become a living hell, I swear. Ask Brother Lucas how he likes having us for enemies. And ask Yorick about the benefits of being with us.
So be it. I won't say anything.
Ah, good. The puppy has seen sense. You know, we can be good to our friends. Why don't you sit with us?
All right, have it your way.
What's that?
Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo, the well-disposed and those of good understanding, let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters, he should curb and... The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble, and kept silence even from good things. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence
Praise be to Christ.
lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil works.
You have some
What's there to tell? We were all young and foolish once. I was a student in Prague, completely broke, living from hand.
So you turned to stealing?
I set about securing a livelihood as best. Without that little bit extra, I'd never have completed my studies.
No one, brother. Thank you. Brother, I've a favor to ask, and I think you're the man to help me with it. Or you used to be, before you came here.
I see. So it's the dodgy sort of favor, is it?
Well, yes. I need to get hold of the keys to the monastery.
That won't be easy, I can tell you that straight off. The prior always keeps the keys close by him. So how exactly do you imagine I could help?
Such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth. The rule of...
Is there any other way to get out of here?
The door out of the monastery is like any other. Only the lock's more complicated than most. But I can sell you some lockpicks. And with a little training, you'll make short work of it.
There's something else.
Brother.
I'm looking for something...
And what would...
I need to get hold of some kind of weapon.
Well, I can't help you with that. And besides, what use would a weapon be in here?
No, nothing really.
After the 6th hour rest on their beds. Let none be said rather early and the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. By the abbot. The rule of Saint Benedict. apply themselves to reading.
What is it, brother? I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you... My boy, what have you done?
Brother? Brother Neverless says that you didn't finish your work in the herb room. Have you lost your taste for honest labor?
I definitely was there. I did come a little late, so perhaps no one noticed me.
Really? This time I'll look the other way. But next time you won't get out of being punished.
4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour having left the table, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence, or if anyone may perhaps want
What
to
is it?
read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. Their weakness
I'm Gregor.
must be taken into
I
consideration
know.
by the
It was hard not to know.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to...
Idleness is the enemy of the soul. Therefore, the brethren
In the
should
night,
occupy
I overheard the
certain
cicadas
times
in the
of
cellar.
manual labor,
They were talking about you.
fixed hours of
no.
sacred reading.
So it's still not
To that
over.
end, we think
This
that
isn't a
the
life in
fast
service of
will be
God. This is
prescribed as
purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
Easter until the
What do you
calendar
think?
of October.
Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
Whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading.
We should
After
report
the
them.
6th hour having left the table,
I agree.
let them rest on their beds in perfect
I warned them
silence,
if they didn't
or if
stop,
anyone
I'd go and
may
tell the
perhaps
prior.
want to read,
But
let him
instead of
read to
mending their
himself in
ways,
such
they
a way as
vented
not
their
to
anger on
disturb
me.
anyone else.
You've picked the
Let
wrong
none
people
be
to make
said
enemies of,
rather
Lucas,
early
they told me.
at the middle of the
Now, I
8th
can't even
hour,
count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offences, or for no offence at all.
A task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with
Is there something I can do to help?
Their weakness must be
Would
taken
you?
into consideration by the abbot.
I think all it might take is for you to go and sit down with them, have a talk, set things straight, then they'd leave me alone.
I said,
But I'm afraid even
"Guard
this
my
path
way,
leads
that I
nowhere.
may not sin with
They'd
my
probably
tongue.
start hounding
I have
you
set
as well.
guards to my mouth. I was mute and was humble.
I'm not afraid of them.
Even from good things.
Brother,
Here the
you have the
prophet
courage I
showed
lack.
spirit of
May the
silence
grace
on
of
his
God be
tongues
upon you.
times to refrain even from good speech. So much the more of the punishment for sin.
I've heard that you,
words. Therefore,
well,
since
that you enjoy the
spirit
company of
silence
men.
is so important,
Is there any truth to it?
speech should
What?
rarely be granted even to
How do you know that?
I read it in the abbot's book.
holy.
What? The abbot's book is locked up in his chambers, and he'd never allow anyone to read it. Did you break in? But why? Just so you could dig something up on me?
I was looking for something else, but I just happened to come across your
For speaking and
story.
teaching belong
No
to
matter
the
what
master.
you were looking for, you crossed a line that shouldn't be crossed. But
Listen.
don't worry, I won't tell on you if you promise me the same.
Superior, it should
Yes,
be asked with
you
all
can call me a
humility.
sodomite, a sinner, a monster, the spawn of Satan. But tell me this, Gregor. Can I help the way I am? I tell you, it's a test of my faith. A test so daunting you can't even imagine it.
And for such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on humility. The first degree of humility is
You're right.
obedience without delay.
I found it interesting, but I'm not judging you. You are the way you are. You should be true to yourself.
I'm glad you aren't like the others. Thank you for not passing judgment. I swear to God, I've never lain with another man. I've never sinned. When my father wanted me to find a wife and start a family, I told him the truth, and he had me sent here. And in a way, I was glad. My guilt had been consuming me, and I knew in the monastery I'd find peace. The Lord sees my soul, and he knows it's pure.
For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily with his lips, but simply in his heart, then even though he
If you could, who would you vote for to be the abbot?
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
He will incur the punishment due to murmurers unless he amends. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on the spirit of silence, let us do what the prophet said.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
No, no. Peter has a strong constitution. He'll still be on this earth for many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him, but I want change, and only a new abbot can bring that.
Waiting pays off. There's no hurry.
Peace be with you, brother.
Hmm?
It's a mystery, but one that will be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
What kind of a book is it?
I found it here in the library. It was on a shelf where it should never have been. So I hid it to read later. It's the Necronomicon. Ghosts, demons, and invocations of powers beyond our world. Only it's written in a strange language that I can't really make sense of. All bara this and bara that. Who knows what it means? I tried to count the syllables, read the words back.
Oh. I'm not too sure what the prior or the cicada would say about a book like that. Actually, what anyone would say. It sounds quite prohibited.
Ah, prejudice. But you're right, it is prohibited. For no good reason, though. Has knowledge ever done anybody any harm?
You're right. Knowledge should never be prohibited.
I'm glad you agree. Just take a look at the book. Maybe you'll be able to make some sense of it. I haven't grasped a single syllable. Just please don't tell anyone about the book. If the brothers learn that I took it from the library and hid it, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Our brothers' minds are closed to a thirst for knowledge.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry, I won't follow you again.
Thank you. And please, Gregor, don't mention it to anyone.
If I kill someone,
Stop, Gregor.
I'll need to disappear before they're found and
Hey,
panic breaks out.
who's there?
I'll probably never be able to return.
Down the hatch.
Every gulp and trace, isn't that the... What troubles you?
I heard you've been mistreating Novice Lucas.
What's it to you?
I want you to put an end to it and treat him like you should. Like a brother.
Well, well. You've really grown a pair of angel's wings. You'd better be careful. Wings can get clipped. A few days rotting in solitary might remind you who's who around here.
I couldn't care less who's around here. All I know is, there's me, a young man in his prime, and there's you, a decrepit old geezer who's about to get his face smashed in.
Come now, brother. There's no need for such angry words. Nothing serious happened. We had a bit of a brotherly disagreement with Lucas, but that's water under the bridge. Please tell him everything's been forgiven, and he's got nothing to fear from us. Satisfied?
Thanks. I'm always glad when people can come to a civil agreement.
Beware of Lucas. He might corrupt you.
What do you mean?
He's a sodomite, a sinner. He might try to get you into the habit, or out of it.
I didn't know that. Thanks for the warning.
What's there left to drink to?
To our fresh... What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I heard you've been mistreating Novice Lucas.
What's it to you?
I want you to put an end to it and treat him like you should. Like a brother.
Well, well. You've really grown a pair...
I couldn't care less who's around here.
Come now, brother. We had a bit of a...
Thanks.
Beware of...
What do you mean?
He's a sodom.
I'll decide for myself.
Down the hatch.
What would you like?
Talk to me, brother.
What's there left to drink to?
John.
To Abbot John.
Salve Domine.
What's going on there?
John. To Abbot John.
If I kill someone, I'll need to disappear before they're found and panic breaks up. And I'll probably never be able to return.
Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When the wine runs out, Yodok will fetch more. What would you like?
I'd like to... What are the...
Well, the abbot, as a novice...
What can you tell me...
What can I say? You're here to...
I meant something specific.
But you know, Antonius is...
What are you doing?
What does it look...
But...
Youngster...
Why not?
That's what we like to...
Let's drink.
That's the idea.
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot.
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Yodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him. I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favor, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Oh, all right, but that's the last cup. Let's drink.
That's the idea.
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
I'll be going.
Do us a favor.
Thanks, but I won't have any more. I need my sleep.
As you wish, brother, as you wish. We'll be heading off soon ourselves. I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
I'm not so sure. It's a bit sour.
Sure that belongs here?
Hey! Greetings, brother.
Greetings to you.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the Order.
Well, I never.
I was talking last night with the brother Cicators. It seems you're to fetch them a cask of wine. Like last time.
Well... yes, it's true.
I'd like to help you.
Would you really do it? To get hold of the wine, we'll have to leave the monastery for a bit. I know it's forbidden, but we've no other option. If wine started going missing here, someone would notice. But to leave the monastery, we need the keys. And only the prior has those.
Wait a moment. Are you saying I'm supposed to steal the prior's keys so I can go and steal wine somewhere else?
You see why I don't want to do it myself now, do you? I don't have what it takes. I can't get those keys, but you could. Or you might be able to pick the locks.
But you've done it once before, haven't you?
Last time the prior was sick, and he left the monastery keys in the Circator's care. So they unlocked the gates for me. This time we'll have to steal the keys.
How can I get hold of the keys, do you think?
I don't know, but it might be possible to do this without them. Brother Celerius, the cellar keeper, used to be a burglar. He knows his...
Do you think he'll want to take part in theft?
No, but he could give some advice, or maybe get some lockpicks to open the gate. You'll figure something out.
If you think so, I can try.
Once you have the key or some lockpicks, come and see me and we'll make our plan.
I've read the abbot's book. It says in there that you're not as saintly as you make out. Actually, it seems like you're as lecherous as a boar in rut.
You broke into the abbot's quarters to spy on me? You won't get away with it.
I wasn't interested in your opinion about what I did. What interests me is you and what the book has to say about you.
I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm going to report you.
Just try it, and I'll smack you so hard your feet won't touch the ground.
No, don't hit me. I won't say anything to anyone, I promise.
About those keys.
Did you get them? Keys? Or at least lockpicks?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you. There's a dangerous criminal hiding in the monastery, and I came here to look for him.
Ha! I knew it! He's a villain. Who are you, though? Oh, it's better not to ask, isn't it? It's always safer not to ask.
Never mind that. Who's a villain?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense. He's a criminal fleeing justice.
What are you talking about? You clearly know something I don't.
I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. He's no monk. That's what my gut tells me. And my gut's never wrong. What are you going to do to that fellow once you find him?
That's not your concern.
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about it, not act on your own.
What's going on there?
Ah, Gregor.
In the middle of the night, I saw the brother Circators drinking and playing dice.
How marvelous! Did you join in? More importantly, can I join in next time?
Siskin? I thought it wasn't allowed.
If the Circators can, we all can.
That's not how it works, though, is it?
I know. A double standard. The elder brothers can do as they please, but they're the ones preaching about morality to us.
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't be happy to hear. I'm here to find someone and, well, to do away with him. But listen, it's not murder, not...
What's he doing here?
They call him pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, escaped suspicion. They sent me here to find him and bring him to justice. He's one of the novices.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst.
Well, that's just it.
What?
It could be Antonius?
Antonius? He's a fine fellow. No, it can't be him. Although, you never know what's hiding beneath a man's skin.
See how hard it is? It could be anyone, and at the same time, nobody in particular. I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about those two.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Would you do that? I have a feeling you wouldn't.
You're right. I'll keep it to myself. I've got problems enough of my own without involving myself in yours. And besides, I mean to be gone from here within a year, so why should I care what happens with the monastery?
Thank you, Siskin. I appreciate it.
Hey!
Can't you see we're at Mass?
Are you sure that belongs here?
What's that you're carrying around?
What is that?
And why?
And where did you get it?
And where did you get it?
What's that you're carrying
What is that?
around? Sure that belongs
And where did
why?
you get it?
God be with you.
I spoke to the cicadas about how they've been treating you.
Really? Did you manage to convince them to leave me alone?
I turned the screws on them. They'll leave you alone now.
You've done it? You've stood up to the cicadas. You've earned my admiration and my thanks. Because now I know I can trust you, there's something I want to tell you. It's about Brother Antonius. I wouldn't like to say something that isn't true. God forbid I should cause harm by my words, but this is something I'm sure of. Novice Antonius is lying to us.
What makes you say that?
He claims he's a merchant's son from Vlashim, and that he joined the order voluntarily. The thing is, I spent a great deal of time in Vlashim. I know it like the back of my hand, and no one even remotely like Antonius has ever lived there.
Are you sure? Because this could mean that...
It's true, or Canute isn't my name. That would be my secular name, by the way, but that's not important. I know Vlashim, and I know the local merchants there, and I've never seen Antonius among them. Why would he be lying if he had nothing to hide?
Thank you for telling me. I'll look into it.
Remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed. From him, no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works, or admonition the first and second time.
brother. Brother Nevlis says that you didn't finish your work in the herb room. Have you...
Come now, brother. Aren't we friends? You know very well that monks can't survive on prayer alone. Forgive me this once.
This time I'll look the other way. But next time you won't get out of being punished.
I'd like to ask...
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask...
Ah.
I'm here to work.
Excellent.
Oh no.
What do you desire?
Oh, you're interested in what's inside? Forbidden books, written by the devil himself.
Stockbreaker. Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
I was feeling a bit queasy.
Really? This time I'll look the other way. But next time you won't get out of being punished.
Praise be to our Lord. Salve Domini.
Their weakness must be taken into consideration by the abbot. unless he amend and make.
What would you like?
I have all the pages of the torn-up book. The Art of Love can go back to the library.
Oh, brother, you can't even imagine how happy you've made me. Since you're clearly a true lover of books, I'll give you a reward I've never given another novice. I'll lend you the key to the cabinet containing forbidden books, and you can look at the peculiar things we've accumulated there. That cabinet's strictly off limits to novices, but you've earned my trust. I'm sure you'll recognize that those books contain nothing but dangerous gibberish, and there's a valuable lesson to be learned there.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your trust. Is there anything I can do to help here?
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really. I haven't thought to mention it to anyone before, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned,